Hi, I'm Samir Deshpande from Social Marketing at Griffith, and I have with me Ms. Kate Hofmeister from the Sunshine Coast Council. We are here to present our findings based on our co-design workshops regarding the community-driven strategies that we explored with the Queensland coastal communities to reduce light pollution. We also, of course, want to acknowledge our other team members, Dr. Bo Pang from Swinburne and Ms. Lawrence Cho, who works with us in social marketing at Griffith. But before we begin our findings, we would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet and pay respect to all the elders past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. We would specifically want to acknowledge the Kabi Kabi, the Belai, the Gurang, the Gureng Gureng, and the Taribelang Banda First Nations people on whose lands we conducted our co-design workshops, specifically in the Bundaberg, Sunshine Coast, and Gladstone City Council areas. So the research question that we were interested in addressing was what community-led solutions would motivate the communities to promote light reduction behavior change solutions in the Queensland coastal communities. We designed this research question because of the context, which is the light pollution in coastal communities in Queensland is now reaching a level where it is starting to disrupt the turtle hatchling sea finding and is reducing their survivorship. So to come up with solutions that would be effective for behavior change and there would be a higher buy-in from the local communities, we embarked upon co-design solutions. So we would like to now discuss what co-design workshops we conducted and eventually what findings we received. So in terms of co-design activity, I just wanted to highlight that it is an important activity that brings together people of diverse backgrounds, unlike focus groups which tends to focus on homogeneous communities, and the emphasis is on solutions. Before we embarked upon these co-design workshops, we had extensive meetings with all three city councils of Bundaberg, Sunshine Coast, and Gladstone, and I do want to highlight their participation in brainstorming ideas and organizing these workshops and the eventual debrief. These workshops were 11 in total across these three city councils, where 109 individuals participated, 40 were men, 69 were women. As you can see, 109 by over 11 is slightly lower number per workshop because normally we expect around 15 people to attend each workshop. Before conducting the workshop, we not only met the city council several times to understand what we want to do and the logistics part, but we also wanted to share with them a systematic review that we conducted to understand what past initiatives globally have been undertaken to reduce light pollution and to improve the survivorship of turtles. And we also included some initiatives that they have undertaken in the list of past initiatives. And that was used to explore some ideas in the co-design workshop. So these co-design workshops, which were undertaken in late 2023, were divided into three sections. The first section, Curious Conversations, explored the perceived risks, the favorable and the unfavorable factors that communities face while reducing light pollution. The second one was appraising the 15 past initiatives that we had accumulated from past literature and discussions with the City Council. We asked them to rank each initiative in the order of priority as they will work in their community. And finally, we asked communities to give us 3 solutions in terms of what we should do, who should do it, what resources and support they need, how much time they need to conduct those solutions. We brought together all that information of the past literature, the solutions, the favorable, unfavorable factors through recordings, handwritten notes, butcher sheets, and we integrated that using thematic analysis. I now ask Kate to share with you the findings of these co-design workshops.
Co-design workshops revealed community members' deep concerns about light pollution and its broader environmental impacts, particularly on vulnerable marine turtle populations. Discussions highlighted the urgent need for increased awareness and coordinated action to address these issues. The findings have revealed a significant challenge in addressing light pollution and its impact on sea turtle hatchlings at the individual level, as a pervasive lack of awareness regarding the effects of personal lighting choices on turtle navigation emerged as a primary concern. Residents prioritised educating the community about the impacts of light pollution, emphasising that a well-informed public are a key factor in the successful conservation efforts. There was a strong emphasis in involving different various groups, families, businesses, tourists, local councils, suggesting a preference for collaborative and inclusive approaches to conservation. What was really interesting was that the focal industries for collaboration identified by the community varied between the three regional areas based on the type of pressure that they were experiencing in that community, be that development pressure, urban development, industrial pressure, or tourism focused. The frequent mentions of social media, QR codes and apps really indicated that the community was quite comfortable with the technology and aware of its potential to spread messages effectively. The call for long-term planning, monitoring and consistent engagement strategies suggested a really forward-thinking approach and recognition of the need for ongoing sustainable effort and support in terms of the conservation messages involved. Narratives around the individual and community behaviour changes need to be much more specific on incentives and the relevant benefits of changing behaviour. And the use of art, such as murals and festivals and sculptures, to raise awareness of this issue showed that the community really valued culture and sees it as a means to connect the environmental messages with personal preferences and interests. A primary issue identified was the lack of coordination among diverse conservation groups, leading to fragmented efforts and missed collaborative opportunities. This finding aligns with other published research, which emphasises the potential for a dark ecological network as a social ecological framework to address the coordination challenges in biodiversity conservation and light pollution mitigation. The research also revealed a notable communication gap regarding existing initiatives, effective action and available resources, which limits the constructive community participation available. Research by John Barentine into light pollution community engagement has further emphasised the crucial role of effective communication in fostering community engagement, discussing that clear and consistent messaging is essential for connecting community members to conservation initiatives and enhancing participation levels. The lack of coordination among community groups can be attributed to divergent priorities and approaches, which creates those barriers to collaboration. But in addition, a prevailing perception that addressing light pollution is primarily the responsibility of local councils and government bodies rather than as a collective community effort has led to a sense of passivity among the residents. In order to address this, we would be looking at opportunities such as tailored messaging with clear calls to action, more innovative community engagement pieces, an emphasis on volunteer participation and providing the training required for this, extension of the existing social media and media choices that are available, and also enhancing existing collaboration between community and government at various levels, including industry stakeholders. In conclusion, our study offers a comprehensive approach to addressing the complex challenge of light pollution impacts to turtles at multiple societal levels. Our next steps are to pre-test, design, implement and evaluate behaviour change strategies on this topic. Future research could include asking the question about if these strategies are applicable in coastal communities across the whole of Australia and overseas, and potentially looking at urban light pollution challenges. If you would like any further information, please reach out to us via Samir's email address, and we would like to gratefully acknowledge the Australian Government Department of Environment, Climate Change and Water and the Sunshine Coast Council for contributing funding to this project.